Hey everyone, Anthony Cosenza here with Costabel Realty Group, coming at you right before the July 4th holiday with a market update, largely centering around Southern California, Orange County, but also giving you a little bit of a national perspective of what's going on. Market, a lot of different pieces of information for you all. First and foremost, I hope you all have a great holiday weekend. I hope you have fun. I hope it's safe. I hope you hang out with friends, family, whatever it is to take your mind off of things and relax and do what you got to do. But I am here at least to provide you with some information and get you all updated with what you need to know going on in the real estate market. So that being said, let me queue up a lot of pieces of information with the housing market, a little bit of a did you know that this existed type of thing. So I will get you all of that right now as we do the market update. Okay, so what's the market doing? What is it? What does it all mean? How do you decipher all this kind of stuff? What, the rates and all kinds of different things. Here is an article from realtor.com that I'm going to share with you. Another sign that the housing market is cooling or slowing down. The great real estate 10 markets where homes linger the longest and buyers gain an edge. Now, for Southern California, these 10 markets aren't really pertinent here, that they're not really in that area. But here's what I wanted to point out in terms of what's going on and what this article points out, what's going on with the market and everything. You can see here more sellers are popping up in a number of markets nationwide. This is the first here, and that is from realtor.com. Some folks held off on putting their homes on the market in 21 because of the continued uncertainty with the COVID-19 pandemic. And then you skip down a little bit. This spring, we're now headed back to what looks like an equilibrium. How many times have you heard me talk about the scales and the balancing out of the scales and all that kind of stuff? Quote, this is the first relatively normal year since the start of the pandemic. I think a lot of people were afraid they were going to miss the heart of the selling season last year and just decided to postpone their home sales. They weren't quite ready to make moves last year. They definitely are now. And another hopeful sign for buyers, Hale cited data that shows the number of home sellers has increased year over year for 10 out of the 11 past weeks. And I've got some more data I will show you in a little bit to corroborate that. More folks putting their places up for sale means more options for buyers who are weary of tiresome bidding wars. Days on the market are starting to climb. Now, this is nationwide, but a national median of 31 days on the market doesn't provide buyers with a ton of breathing room, but it's far more than the 21-day median seen earlier this year. So you're talking about in a matter of 6, 7, even like 3-4 months, you're talking about a major turnaround in terms of days on the market, those scales balancing out and everything. Quote, in the most recent week, homes sold just 4 days faster than they did last year. They're still selling faster than a year ago, but that gap is shrinking. And eventually I expect to see homes sell a bit slower than last year. So this is what we keep talking about with those scales slowly balancing out. And really, we said kind of slowly, but it's starting to move kind of a little bit more quickly than a lot of people kind of anticipate in terms of that, of things balancing out. And of course, those quotes and some of the data points provided by Danielle Hale, who is the chief economist at realtor.com. And that article is on realtor.com as well. So go check that out. But some interesting data points for you here on that, on what's going on in the market and, market time in terms of listings on the market, all of that good stuff. I'm going to give you some more information, some more data, and then we're going to close up at least the portion of the market information with a little bit of a did you know piece of information that may help you out on the buying side as well. Let's keep it going though with some more data from the gurus over at Reports on Housing. We love the data that they share. And you can see here, even with the balancing out and all of that of the scales, values will not plunge. If you joined us last week, you would have probably seen a clip and or on our social media from Dave Ramsey a little, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but a polarizing figure a little bit in some ways is Dave Ramsey, but he is quite sharp. And when he provides specific opinions on things, people's ears perk up. There's no doubt about it. And what he said was this: that values aren't going to plunge. It's a simple supply versus demand type of issue. And you can see here, values will not plunge. There is no crash around the corner, according to reports on housing. Housing data illustrates that there is not a housing crash on the horizon. Inventory is surging. The active listing inventory, and this will be, some of these numbers are a little different from the ones I'm going to provide. I did get some information from the MLS as of late yesterday, so we'll talk about that. But you could just see here, basically, its largest gain of the year in terms of active listing inventory, up 14%. Its highest level since November of 2020. In May, there were 16% fewer homes that came on the market compared to the 3-year average prior to COVID. 654 fewer. Last year, there were 2,388 homes on the market, 1,100 plus fewer homes, or 32% less. The 3-year average prior to COVID was 6,633, or 90% more. So we're still far below the pre-COVID days in terms of an inventory. But look at that number, though, up 14% so far in terms of the largest gain of the year of inventory in Orange County. Largest drop of the year in terms of demand, decreased by 159 pending sales in the past 2 weeks, down 8%. And this is, of course, as of the beginning of this week. So, again, we're in the weekend now, but still, this is very, very recent. Its largest drop, down 8%, largest drop in 2022. It's the lowest level at this time of year since tracking began in 2004. And you can see here, last year there were almost 3,000 pending sales, 56% more than today. And then, of course, the 3-year average prior to the COVID era was just about 2,700, or 44% more. Here you go, though. You're still getting over list price, 5.5% over list price on average. There were 2,520 closed residential sales in May, 22% less than May 2021. May marked a 2% decrease compared to April 22. The sales to list price ratio was 105.5% of all Orange County. Foreclosures accounted for 0.04% of all closed sales, and short sales accounted for 0.16. So that is right at 0.2%, equaling 99.8% of all sales were sellers with equity, not bankruptcies, not foreclosures, not distressed homes, short sales, any of that kind of stuff. That is what is going on here in the list price and or home sales in Orange County. So that is a very interesting piece of data. And then just another quick snapshot here from the reports on housing gurus. I will share this with you again, a June graphic here. The market is on the rise, and here it is right here. Orange County market time. Look at this. So I said the national median was 31, and look at this, March 17 of 22 was 20 days. And today, right now, we're seeing 56. And that's, in the Orange County, particularly Southern Orange County, certain areas of Orange County, Newport Beach, et cetera, when you've got luxury markets and whatnot, some of the demand has dropped there a little bit, and, things are just sitting a little longer with folks now having a little bit more, some more options out there to peruse on the market. So we are seeing some more price reductions. We are seeing some more wait time on the market, but we are still seeing a lot of sellers still be able to capitalize on a lot of equity. What it is, it's just, it seems to be, even though, we're looking 3 months ago, March 17th or so, 3.5 months ago, it seems to be, everybody was putting their house up on the market. Everybody that was putting their house up on the market was doing so. Maybe they needed some work, some cosmetic work, all kinds of, repair work or whatever is going on, and they still were asking for top dollar and getting it. And some of these others that needed some more cosmetic work, need some more work in other areas, or, maybe not as desirable of a city or what have you, they're just sitting a little longer than they were just 3 months ago. So there's a lot of factors at play here, but this is a really interesting graphic, thanks to Reports on Housing, to share with you all there. Now, we're going to keep it going here with some information from the mortgage side of things with Chris Pacheco of Pacheco Team Loans. You can go to pachecoteamloans.com for a lot more information here. He always sends us this great activity in terms of what's going on with the Monday mortgage news. And this is at the beginning of this week. You can see some of the bullet points here. Inventory issues continue to impact home sales and rental home prices. The Fed chair, Powell, says recession is certainly a possibility. Now, what that may or may not look like is up to interpretation, and what that quote is actually meaning is up to interpretation. But then you see that wants to bring the inflation rate to a 2% target, obviously well beyond that at the moment right now. Existing home sales are down. Again, this is nationwide. Inventory is up 10.7%. Again, that is nationwide. You saw the 14% month to month here in Orange County. And then you see SFR, single family rents are up 14% year over year. SFR rents up 14% year over year. So the rental market, I've been working with some folks here on the rental market, and I've been kind of telling them and forewarning them that, there's this a good time to rent as well, with prices being where they are and whatnot. But the rental market right now is where the purchase market has been in the last 6 to 12 months, where it's frenzied, not a lot of inventory, high prices, a lot of applications per listing. And when you go for a rental property, you need to have a outstanding credit. You need to have good income, all of that stuff that usually makes you stand out. But then you may even need to be prepared to go over what they are asking, much like the purchase market has been in the last 6 to 12 months. So the rental market is on fire right now. It has not caught up to where the purchase market is heading and is currently at right now. So that is something to think about. And this data point here shows that. You see there's some stuff going on this week. So, we can continue to keep an eye on some of these things here. And then, of course, the rates, conventional 30-year national average 5.875, FHA 30-year 5.25, jumbo 30-year 5.99, a VA 30-year 5.375, others, some differing loan programs there hovering at around 7.25% there. So go check out Pacheco Team Loans, or fundedbychris.com. You can go to either one of those websites. Great guy. He's worked with our clients, and we definitely recommend his services. He takes great care of clients and is knowledgeable, does a lot of stuff with veterans, does a lot of stuff with first-time home buyers and everything in between there. So go give them a call, and we thank them for the information that they shared there. Now it's time to share our little bit of homework that we did on the MLS here. And as a reminder, this is as of yesterday afternoon, July 1st. This is the purchase market. We'll get to the rental market in a second. Coming soon, 187, 125 of those from July 1st through July 10th, which is through the following weekend, obviously. Active 3,607, 304 since the beginning of last week. So look at that number. I mean, that was at 1,100 or so at the beginning of the year. When we were doing these videos in December of 21, January of 22, that was around 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 in the beginning months there. And look at how that has jumped here. Active under contract, 1,071, with 217 of those coming since the beginning of last week, June 27th. Pending 1,116, with 116 of those coming since the beginning of last week. And then let's go to the rental market here. Coming soon, 55. 32, you can see here the inventory issues. 32 of those from July 1st through July 10th. Active 1,344, 197 of those since June 27th. Pending 190, 62 of those since June 27th, and closed 193 since June 27th. But look at that. Active listing. That's number, that 1,344. That is where we were in the purchase market at the beginning of this year, the beginning months of this year, late last year, that 1,300 number. So you can see how competitive now the rental market is becoming. I know it seems, and it is an appealing option for a lot of folks out there, but you have to know what you're getting into on that side of things as well. So That is a little bit of some data update and some homework that we did through the MLS in the Orange County area, both on the purchase side and on the rental side. So you get a snapshot of what's going on there. One last thing before we get to what's something going on in the community, we'd like to spotlight some things going on in the community. We just got a quick one for that, but I came across this in an email I received from the California Association of Realtors, and I wanted to remind folks in case they are unfamiliar with this and or don't know that this is available. There is a housing affordability fund and closing cost assistance grant program through CAR that helps a lot of folks with a home purchase if they are in the low to middle income scale. And there's an application process and all kinds of stuff. You can see application links and marketing materials through the Grant Partners program. But here's kind of the criteria. It's on the HAF website. So you can go to car.org /difference/HAF/online donation. I mean, there's that kind of stuff. There's carhaf.org. That's another website to look at. But here's the bottom line. It works for the criteria here. It is up to it can provide closing cost grants up to $10,000. So if you are on the purchase side and you've got closing costs on loans or what have you, that this could help you out immensely. Or if you've got some repair work to do that wasn't agreed upon in the escrow or what have you, and you've got this money could help you out in a lot of different ways. The recipient must be a first-time home buyer. Recipient must be a member of an underserved community. There's all kinds of different definitions of that, and you can check that out. Property purchased by recipient must be a single family residence. Can include a manufactured home, mobile home, and a 1 to 4 unit property. Purchased property must not have an affordable housing deed restriction that limits recipients' ownership rights and the property's equity. Recipient's income must be more than 120% of the area median income as set forth by the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and you can do some research on that. Recipient must be represented by a realtor in the transaction. So you have to have a real estate professional, a realtor, part of the CAR or OCAR organizations, local trade organizations for us real estate professionals. The recipient must certify they intend to move into the property within 60 days of close of escrow. So, if you're doing rent backs or any of that kind of stuff, that has to be taken into account. Recipient must have used financing, either government or conventional GSE loan, to purchase the property. Cannot have paid all cash. Recipient must be left with no more than $20,000 in savings after the purchase. So a lot of things to kind of document and prove and whatnot. But this is something, if you're a first-time home buyer, you're on a budget and you're looking to kind of get certain pieces of assistance as possible. This program, the HAF Closing Cost Assistance Grant Program through CAR, and your realtor, namely us at Casabella Realty Group, can tell you more, can point you in the right direction on that kind of stuff. But that is something that if you are a first-time home buyer, income is an issue potentially and all that kind of stuff. This is something that can help you out as you look to get into the market and purchase something out there in the state of California, namely Orange County, Los Angeles County, Riverside County, what have you, for first-time home buyers, et cetera. So if you have questions about that, hit us up on a number of different ways. CasabellaSoCal@gmail.com, BengalAnthony@gmail.com. You can DM us on one of our social media profiles. Whatever you got to do, please get in contact with us and we'll get you more information on that. All right, that being said, it's July 4th weekend. What's going on in the community? We've already shared last week some fireworks shows and different things that are going on in Orange County. This one is not for July 4th that we're going to share here, but it is a fun event in Orange County that's coming up in a few weeks at the end of the month, and we want to share it with you. Okay. This is, if you like vino, if you like all kinds of good views, good tunes, all kinds of stuff, and you got a little extra fun money to spend, this is going on at the San Juan Hills Golf Club at the end of July, July 30th to be exact. It is $85 a person. Sounds a little pricey, but here it is right here, July 30th, 5:30 to 8:30. You can sign up through sanjuanhillsgolf.com/shop. And then there's a Wine Expo link. You can click on that. $85 a person. You can click and give your information here. You can see here, enjoy a summer evening mingle with tasting 50 plus wines with chef food pairings, stations, and live entertainment. So there's going to be music, there's going to be food, and a number of wines, 50 plus wines for you to potentially taste here. So while you're putting $85 a person down, you're getting a lot of wines to taste, you're getting food, and you're getting live entertainment. So it's pretty good deal. I know they've done this before. It says limited space. This event will sell out. So it probably will sell out, but here we are. We're giving you early notice here at the Wine Expo, July 30th, 2022 from 5:30 to 8:30 at San Juan Hills Golf Club. It is $85 a person, but it seems like a pretty cool event. If you are a wine aficionado, if you are not, you can still go there, listen to the live entertainment. They've got a full menu on all kinds of stuff. We frequent there a lot in terms of food, entertainment, all kinds of stuff. They've got a little putting green. So if you got some people that want to putt some balls around, they got a driving range across the street. And of course, an 18-round course. If you want to get a round of golf in before your wine tasting, you can go ahead and do that too. But go check that one out, July 30th at San Juan Hills Golf Club, Wine Expo, over 50 wines, food, entertainment, all kinds of stuff. You can check that out. sanjuanhillsgolf.com/shop is the website. You click the Wine Expo link and you'll get some more information there. So check that one out. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. Enjoy your 4th of July. Have fun. Be safe. Hang out with friends, family, get some sun, all that good stuff. And we will see you very soon with another update. Hopefully you got what you needed out of this in terms of tidbits of information, things going on in the community, and all kinds of stuff. I'm Anthony Cosenza. Go to CasabellaRealtyGroup.com for your information. And if you want to sign up for our email newsletter and all kinds of different things that we've got going on, hit us up. We'd be happy to get you on the rotation for that and let you know what listings we have, what transactions we've got going on, and of course, be a resource of information for any questions. If you need industry referrals, anything like that, we would be happy to help you out with that. Thanks. Have a great holiday, and we will be seeing you next week.